It's quite comical, actually, when you realize the difference between reality and what some people are talking on TV about.
You took the mark of the devil just so you can eat and breathe. Bows down at the feet and surrendered liberty. Tyranny and terror, corrupted dictators posing as your leaders while they poison every leader. Pumping fluoride in the water while they rape Iraqi daughters. Dumbing down the public, bashing magazines and fodder. Now they slaughter weakened nations. Faulty explanations, selling fear to the masses. Terror level elevations, revelations is unfolding right before your eyes. Wake up in a FEMA camp, drugged and hypnotized. Fourth Reich's taking over while you focus on your bling. But I'll bet by this point you haven't heard a damn thing. It's destruction by design, prophesizing every scripture. Take a big step back, see the whole picture. A distraction of the mind to keep you living in a bubble.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books.
What's up, YouTube? Just came across this article. It's a couple days old. It's some Michigan firearms news for everybody. Apparently this is in Walker City, which, to be honest, I really don't know where in Michigan Walker City is, but it says here Walker. Oops, there's a stupid pop-up. Hold on. Sorry about that. It says Walker doesn't want to become test case in battle with open carry advocates. It says here that whether Walker City employees like it or not, citizens do have the right to open carry weapons into City Hall, the library, and other public spaces in the city, according to Greg Long, Walker Deputy Director of Policing. Before I finish this, I have to say, I do believe they are correct. I mean, I've always said that if it's private property, I get it. But if it's public taxpayer-funded property, then fuck off, as far as I'm concerned. Don't tell me that I can't come there with my gun showing. Or concealed, for that matter. I know what the laws say. Like here in Michigan in schools, you cannot take a concealed firearm into the school building. You are allowed to have it in your vehicle if you're picking up your child or dropping them off, but you cannot walk into the school with a concealed gun, which is stupid, seeing as how public schools are taxpayer funded. Anyway, then it goes on to say that Long has been working with city staff for the last few weeks on how to handle the situation. Whether a person brings a long gun or a pistol in a holster with them into City Hall or the library, we need to act professionally and be consistent, Long told the Walker City Commission. Long's comments are in response to recent cases involving West Michigan people carrying a pistol in a holster or long gun on their back, being detained by police, and later the gun carrier has sued for detention. Open carry is different than having a concealed weapon, Long said. As long as the gun is legally registered and holstered or secured, it can be carried into most public places legally and without a license. Approval of a concealed weapons permit is required to open carry on school property, but is not required to open carry in city halls or libraries. It is illegal, Long said, to brandish a weapon or make any kind of threatening statement which would involve an openly carried weapon. The problem, Long said, is that most people aren't sure if the person simply carrying a weapon is acting legally or not. Privately owned buildings such as banks, churches, restaurants, and stores can legally ban weapons from their property, while publicly owned buildings under state law cannot. Like I said, that's what I've been saying all along. Let's see here. It says here what Long said he wants is to avoid is having the city staff panic and create a situation that may end up in a lawsuit against the city. We don't want to be another test case, Long said. Open carry advocates have recently targeted the Grand Rapids City Commission after Grand Rapids Mayor George Hartwell said armed attendees have an intimidating presence at the City Commission meetings. This last December, open carry advocates John DeFert filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court in Grand Rapids after he was detained briefly March 3, 2013, on Michigan Street near Lakeside Drive. A resident called 911 and reported DeFert because he was carrying a holstered firearm. DeFert was ordered to the ground, at gunpoint, disarmed, and put in a police car. He was released 10 minutes later after police determined he had no criminal record or mental health problems. DeFert says police violated his constitutional rights, assaulted him, and falsely imprisoned him. Grand Rapids police maintained they had reasonable suspicion to act. The federal case is pending. Long said he has been training the city staff to first ask the gun carrier politely if they would be willing to secure their weapons in their vehicle to put the city staff at ease. Having a person carry a weapon around the library can be intimidating to the mothers of small children, the elderly, or most others who use the library regularly, Long said. If the gun carrier isn't willing to secure their weapon in their vehicle, Long has instructed the city staff to call for a city police officer to come and accompany the person carrying the weapon so that the staff will know what is happening is legal. The worst thing we can do is not be prepared and be surprised, Long said. Walker Mayor Mark Huzigna, I think it's called, Huzegna, I guess that's how it's pronounced, said he would like to see training be provided to all the city's volunteer committee members as well. There have been reports of people openly carrying weapons to all kinds of meetings. Long has been working with school and superintendents in Kent County to make sure that they know the openly carried pistols can be brought in to at least part of their school campus. Well, there's a bunch more to read here. Well, not a whole lot. I guess I'll finish it. Where was I? That openly carrying pistols can be brought to at least part of the school campus if the person carrying the pistol has a valid license to carry it. What most schools have done is limit where the public can go in the school building, he said. The public is funneled into the school's office, and from there the rest of the building can be made a private part of the building, and weapons cannot be carried in those areas. Alright, that's the rest of the article. I'm going to put a link in the description box so people can read it if they'd like. You know what? It's total bullshit. That's the bottom line. It's all total bullshit. I mean, this notion that a public place that's taxpayer funded has the right to tell you you can't carry your weapon. I mean, couldn't that be construed as a form of racism in today's world? I mean, if you think about it, what would happen if they told somebody who with a beard they couldn't come in? Or if they were black or Chinese, they couldn't come in to the public school. People would be raising hell. The NAACP would be involved, and it would be, and you know what? It'd be a legitimate argument, because if it's a public place, you can't deny somebody on their race, creed, or color, right? So why are they allowed to tell gun owners they can't come in? I'm just saying. I'm calling it what it is. Can we say it's racism against gun owners? Why not? Anyway, I thought I'd share this. And here's my other idea. If those people that work in the library and shit are that concerned, why don't they talk to their boss or who's in charge or whatever? Why aren't they openly carrying it? Make sense? Then everybody's on an equal level, aren't they? Everybody's carrying a weapon, so who's going to do something? Nobody. Just my thoughts. Like, rate, subscribe to my channel if you like. You agree or disagree, leave your comments. Whatever. Just thought it was an interesting article.